And then there were no days left. This is the warning. It is Election Day, a day of fate and destiny. The American people, nearly 100 million, will turn out today and participate in a ritual that extends all the way back and now includes everybody. All people. Women can vote, and Black people can vote. Yesterday, it was discovered, not surprisingly by Politico, that Trump had working on his campaign in Pennsylvania a white nationalist who hosts a white nationalist radio show. He worked under an alias, but he made the point. It's too late to stop the infection of MAGA by white supremacy, by white nationalism. It's all the same thing. It's an extremist, fascist movement. As I'm speaking, Americans are walking into voting booths from sea to shining sea, and they're pulling down a lever or they're filling in a circle. They're making a choice clear that will have enormous ramifications for the country because Donald Trump does not share in his heart the faith of our fathers, of our mothers. He does not share an American faith. Donald Trump is a loathsome man. He's a cheat. He's a liar. He's a hypocrite. He's a con man. He ran fake universities. And that was all before he got into politics. Now we know that he betrayed his oath. Now we know that when he lost, he incited an insurrection. We know that when he speaks, he is incoherent. We know that he is physically declining, unable to even step up into a truck. We know that a lot of what he says is nonsense.
And baseball doesn't seem to be quite what it was. We got to do something about that, you know? Too many stations, too many games, too late at night. They should hire me as commissioner, although I like their commission, I do.
And I have to say, those French fries are really good when you get them right at it, at fat or whatever the hell they cook them with, fat. I don't know if it's good for you, but they are really good.
People say groceries, right? I haven't used that. You know, such a sort of an old term. They say my groceries are so much more. I haven't, you know, the term is just like an old term. And it's a beautiful, but they say about my groceries were so expensive, they'll be cheaper. China's using Mexico as a subchapter S corporation practically. China's putting a lot of money into, you know, they're running things pretty good, and they're going to build the largest auto plant. I was making a speech at the Detroit Economic Club. But a year and a half ago, it looked like I was going to run, and I wanted to go see an auto plant because we're getting screwed on autos. I mean, everyone's moving their plants over. Actually, Elon built a big plant in Texas. And remember, if you make one slip up, and, you know, I'm a person, as you probably noticed, I had this beautiful speech. I haven't really even gotten to it yet. One of these moments, I'll start giving you some beautiful things to listen to and honestly, some terrible things to listen to. Terrible. What's happened, what they've done to our country is horrible. Horrible. And by the way, don't you like a president that doesn't need to use a teleprompter?
And we know a great deal of it is very cruel.
This was crazy, Nancy. She's such a bad one. She's already plotting a move to try and impeach him. She's a bad, sick woman. She's crazy as a bedbug. She's an evil, sick, crazy bad. Oh, no. It starts with a B, but I won't say it. I want to say it. She hit me the other day. I was going to say to my people, am I allowed to hit her now? They said, take it easy, sir. Sir, take it easy. My geniuses, I'm telling you, they said, just take it easy. Oh, what do you mean? She said bad about me. I can't hit back? No, but these are bad people. These are bad. Adam Shifty Schiff. I call him Pencil Neck. He's got the smallest neck I've ever seen. He's got about a 4. And he's got the biggest head. So I don't know how the neck can hold the head. He's an unattractive guy, both inside and out. Now, how bad are people like that? They're just trouble for our country. They're bad, sick people.
Much of it is tinged with incitements to violence.
I told, you know, the UFC, Dana White, Oh, they killed me in this. I told Dana you to set up your League of Champions, unbelievable, best fighters in the world, and a migrant league. At the end, I want the migrant to go against the champion, and I think the migrant might actually win. That's how nasty some of these guys are. One rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out, and it will end immediately. To get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news, and I don't mind that so much, because I don't mind. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face.
All of it takes place in an imaginary, dystopian, disturbing world that pits us against thems, invisible thems, always circling, lying in wait, ready to kill, to destroy, except for the thems he's talking about or the imaginary voices swirling in his head. Donald Trump is a rapist. He's a convicted felon. He is a man who is unfit at every conceivable level. And later today, the election over, we will see his madness erupt. Donald Trump will start to make claims that he won no matter what. But for a few more hours, let's stay in this moment while people are actively making their decision. And let's watch how Donald Trump chose to end his campaign.
They took 2 young girls and they sliced them into pieces as they were walking. They sliced them into, they didn't shoot them because that's too quick. They sliced them up and left them dead. 2 young, beautiful girls walking to school. And ICE did their business. ICE went in and took care of them. He said, we bring him to a quick trial. And they're almost always found guilty. And then we send the bullet home to the family, and the family must pay us for the bullet. Can you believe this? This is a little different than our country. In our country, they'd lawyer up, they'd be going to trial for 30 years. That's where we're heading. If she's elected, this is a depression. This is a 1929, and there was nothing worse than that. This is in 1990s where it was not good, but fine. This is a 1929 where people were jumping off buildings. This is a 1929. It took 25 years to recover from that mess. And then we had that bad election, that horrible, disgusting, worst thing that ever happened to the country was that election. Take a look at Springfield. We have a town of 50,000 people, and they drop 30,000 illegal migrants. They used a little technicality so we don't go on, but that, to me, that's illegal. In any event, there's no way a town can subsist. You have hospitals where people who go for a checkup can't get checkups anymore. The whole place is being flooded. And they come from largely a troubled country, a very troubled country, very dangerous country, but a very troubled country. And they have another little problem. They don't speak a word of English, so the mayor, who's a nice guy, is looking for interpreters. This isn't what we're all about.
The choice is clear. While there's still time for anybody who hears this, get out and vote like your life depends on it, because it does. This is The Warning. I'm Steve Schmidt. This is The Warning, and I invite you to subscribe on our Substack, on our YouTube channel. Follow us. Welcome to the community.